This is Aya. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel, A Very Good Life. We are finally at the 12th house for the sun. The next we will be doing the moon. I am a feminine shaman. I am here to assist people on their shamanic healing journeys, and astrology is one of the modalities that I use um, to help people ascend and awaken to who they are and get on the right path and all that other stuff. So thank you for joining in the conversation and just viewing and whatever and whatnot. You can check the community tab. We every Wednesday we just started this, so you have not missed much of building for people who are no contact. And most of the time, I find those are people who are Mars in the 12th house, projectors, people who need to get into their identity more so that they can find who they are and live out their purpose. But let's get into the sun in Pisces. That's why you're here. The sun in Pisces, you can talk about it for days and days and days. Why? Because you guys become one with everyone else before you become one with yourself. You actually have to break away from society sometimes, even to figure out who you are and what you're into. You could even um, you're actually very artistic and talented, but to put your own needs, your own survival needs out in front of everyone else's is a struggle. You'll actually put other people first so much that people will get mad at you when you start putting yourself first. So let's look at the childhood of someone who has a sun in Pisces or any of those aspects. All right. So I put everybody likes me, but I don't see myself because Sun and Pisces people are a joy to be around. They're funny. They're childlike. They're like perpetual children. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. They are smart. They have a lot of secrets as well. They keep secrets. They keep secrets for their father, for their families. They absorb the energy in their family and they can take on the personality and the energies and karma of their family, which is honestly why they're here to end the karmic, um, the karmic in retribution of being too egoic. These people might come from families where all that matters is the material. All that matters is how people look on the outside, and so they will bring in a shamanic healing for the family. That's not the only thing that matters. Actually, it doesn't matter at all. But trying to get that message to people who don't want to hear it is painful. Like if you're a sponge and you're absorbing everyone else's wounds and pain, honestly, trying to show them love, right? You're trying to show them love. You're trying to show them that you care. You're trying to show people that you're there. You're trying to show people how to love, how to care, how to be a family, how to connect, how we're one, how cause you basically trying to teach people spiritual principles, cause and effect. What you say and what you do affects other people. So you end up taking a lot of the bruises and punches because you're standing in the way, like in the gap between the spirit world and the physical world for your family. And eventually it'll get to be too much. It'll get to be too much pressure because how most people are, unfortunately, when someone is willing to take on the burden and responsibility of something, people will just let you do it. They go, oh, okay, but they're not understanding why you're doing it. They'll take it as a weakness. So people might assume that you're weak. People might assume that take your kindness for a weakness, and then you'll have to maybe blow up, act out, get angry, put your foot down in some way, shape, or form, and then people will call you crazy. It's not fair. So my advice for Pisces, honestly, is to do your thing without needing validation from your family, from your father. The father here oftentimes is absent, disappearing act. He could even still be alive, but not around. He could also have passed on energies of alcoholism or drug addiction. It could be a lineage in the patriarch of the family of having addictions. It could even be gambling addictions, addictions with women or men, addictions of sex, because the sun has to do with your creative sexual energy. But you're also one with source when it comes to your creativity. Pisces are off the Richter talented because they're like meant look like a soul singer, you know what I'm saying? Somebody who is a superstar, you know. The 12th house in Pisces energy is connected to mass consciousness. And so these people will be the people that be like, man, I can feel the pain of the world. I can feel the pain of the earth. I can feel the pain of the animals. They like have a big heart for humanity. But again, since we're in a dark ages spiritually, these types of people should be put on a pedestal, you know, for the honor and respect they have for the spirit realm. But it's the opposite in our society, the where people who are the most dense and the most materialistic and intellectual get put on a pedestal. It's like, say, like a Kim Kardashian or something like that. Backwards, wrong, guys. That needs to change. That needs to change. Okay, so um, a Pisces person can appear to be like very reactionary to their environment, and that's a Pisces that has absorbed too much of their energy because they're actually very peaceful people. They don't really want no drama, but again, they're absorbing the energy that are around them, and they might end up taking on the character and the personality of people around them instead of really truly living out who they really are. So a Pisces person may not ever really get, if they don't get alone and purge out the energies from their family of origin, maybe even from their friendship groups, then they'll never know who they are. And they'll just be living off of the validation of other people. And but what happens when that comes to an end? What happens when the validation stops because you start standing up for yourself or standing up for what's right, standing up for what you believe in, trying to take space, trying to find your peace, telling people no. You know, I need my time, my money, my energy to myself. And then everybody, all of a sudden, the party's over and you don't have people calling you. See, that's where the shamanic journey happens for the Piscean. Pisces are often the wise ones in their soul tribe, and they give all the advice. But it's your purging, the purging of excess energy, and that could be purging of sexual energies too. Sometimes you need to take a break from being in relationships because everybody wants a piece of you, of your energy, because you have such great energy. You need to cleanse your palate and start fresh, like become a virgin again. Because you can fall in love a lot in your life because everybody wants to be around, everybody wants to be with you because you're so cool. Your personality is the type of personality that everybody will want to be with or want to marry. Um, that reminds me of one of my friends actually. He has how many kids that man got? Shoot, I don't even know no more. I was around him when he had his first child. We were in our 20s. I'm almost 40 now. He's like a couple of years younger than me, but I think he has like I, like every time I turn around, he's posting a newborn on Instagram. And he's a Pisces because he can't be alone. You'll get to the point to where you can't be alone because you're afraid now of your own subconscious mind, you know, and your own doubts. Too much doubting. And most of the time it's a negative introject from the father that's happening here. See, state like I said before, a lot of times with Sun and Pisces, the father is missing in action, an abandonment from the father. A lot of times those energies go unspoken and unnoticed. And since I mostly work with women, I do work with some guys. Some guys do contact me, but a lot of times I tell the guys to go talk to a man, because sometimes I feel like because I'm a woman, men try to like sweet talk me, get over on me, and I'm about that work. Let's get down to the spiritual work to help you get to where you want to get to in your life. I'm not here to placate people. I mean, we can have a good time, but did you do what I asked you to do the last time we spoke? No, why not? But anyway, but I noticed this with the father energy with women, because we're such it's funny, we live in a patriarchy society, but the mom takes all the blame for everything. Interesting. And so the father is absent, and the effect on the people for with his absence is silent, is voiceless, it's painful nonetheless. Did you do the work though? Yes, Risha. Did you do the work? Why are we here? Why are we talking? No, I'm not like that, but it is like that though, because I care. It's only because I care. That's the mother in me. Um, yeah. So the effects that an absent father has around is a low self-esteem and low self-worth. It's like my own father don't care enough to be around to protect me. So a lot of times Pisceans don't feel protected here on Earth. They feel like they're open wide. They feel like a famous person that has the paparazzi following them. They don't have any privacy energetically. And that's honestly what not having a father does. It makes you feel like you don't have any protection. It makes you feel like you don't have any guidance. It makes you feel like you can't call somebody and say, yo, what do I do? Get me out of this tough spot. Get me out of this situation. What can you don't have nobody you can call. Say if you're in a jam, or you ain't gonna call your mom if some junk pop off. You can, but you don't want to worry your mom. You will call your dad if something popped off. And sometimes stuff pops off depending upon your lifestyle, you know. So Pisceans can either be too wild for their own good, or they can play it too safe, trying not to um get in any trouble because they don't feel safe. So you can be like overly trusting or mistrustful completely. And because there is no guidance, and you're a lot of times left to your own, my foot's falling asleep, left to your own guidance, like your own inner child guidance. Children can't raise themselves. But a lot of times Pisceans people are like they raise themselves. And for better or for worse, they go through their ups and downs, in life, to the point to where they may not even trust in God anymore. And they actually are the closest to God energetically, the way their energy is built, their faith is built. And so you'll be the type of person where you're giving everyone else advice, but you need to follow it yourself. So like I said before, there's a great shamanic healing purging opportunity here for you to become an amazing shaman, an amazing teacher, an amazing healer. But you got to go through your dark night of the soul, and that means like cutting off all the fat. Well, they say um to cut off the things that aren't for your highest and best good. That's the language people use in the spiritual community. Cut what's not for your highest and best good. Here is the people who you can ask, how do you get in contact with your guides? How do you follow your intuition? Because they automatically do it. There's no practicalness here a lot of times. These people have to learn how to be practical. They're not naturally practical. They want to be one with everything. And so there's a flower over here, and there's their lover over there, and everything is a poem, and it's poetic. Life is poetic. Um Nicholas Nicole Nicholas Sweet says, I'm Pisces Sun in the ninth house, and Pisces North Node, and Chiron 12th house Gemini. I'm always healing other people, but just now learning to heal myself. That's fine. I used to be like that too. It's just how it is as a healer. I feel like the life of a healer, that is still healing. That honestly, in this plane of existence, you know, all healers are healing. And it's part of your rite of passage to be a healer. Let me tell you something. My guys have been telling me to write. I have been writing songs and making music. I've been doing that my whole life. Well, specifically since I was 12 years old, because that's how I coped with having a narcissistic mom and being basically caged in and made this small, and all I could do was like stay in my room to stay away from her, and even still then she would still come and bother me to try to squeeze a little bit of narcissistic supply from my fear. you know all I could do was like write poems and sing songs and um draw and all the artistic things I'm capable of doing. Now I'm supposed to like share those things. And today I started doing what they told me to do because I just didn't know how to do it. I'm like, where does that fit in? Who cares? Like, not who cares like that, but like, that's not what I'm known for. It's unknown, uncharted territory for me, like meditations and singing and like playing my steel drum and like all of this. I'm like, okay, who am I? No one knows. Well, they have to get to know that part of me. I'm finally at that point. But when I was I finally was obedient. I started making like a meditation sound recording thing, and it was so healing for me. It was like the most healing shit ever for me. And I was like, oh, duh. A lot of times when as healers, when we are told to go help people and heal people, we look at ourselves and be like, me? I don't think so. That's how I felt when my guides told me to get on YouTube and share information. I was like, I don't know enough. You know, I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. Um, but it's you have to do what your guides tell you to do. And I know there's people that be like, well, you ain't work on yourself first. I do. I try to be perfect first before I share anything. I did. That's not what I'm here to be. I'm not here to be perfect first. I'm not. That's just not, that wasn't in the cards for me to be perfect. So, you know, since Pisces is opposite Virgo, I know you guys might feel like you have to be perfect in order to give your gifts and what you have to offer. But don't worry, life will refine you as you go through the process. That's what I've learned anyway. Life will refine the hell out of you. The process will refine you. Just you going in the direction you're supposed to go in will refine you. You will learn, you will stumble, you will cry, you will make mistakes. You will like, you know, figure it out basically. It's good to have a guide, but the best teacher is experience. And you're going to be all right. All right, let's see. Wow, Pisces, Sun, and North Node in same sign. Well, yeah, usually when the Sun is conjunct the North Node, I interpret that. Somebody else might interpret it different. But I interpret that as you didn't get a chance to complete the growth of your personality. I'm sorry, you didn't complete your evolution from last lifetime. It's a direct sign to me that this is a continuation, and you might have a lot of deja vu all the time, like, and that's because you're repeating. like the same types of situations with maybe even the same people. All right, let's see. But I only have confirmation because I talk to other people. Well, I read other people's charts and I ask, like, do you experience deja vu whenever a lot when I see the sun conjunct the North Node? So true. Healers have to go through their own healing, the initiation. I love expressing through poetry. Yes, release your EP. No, girl, absolutely, I am. And I actually been listening back to some of the stuff I've been doing like through the summer, and I'm like, that's me. I wrote that. Like seriously, I had put it away. I had put it away. I don't know what I didn't plan on wasn't planning on doing nothing with it. I didn't know what to do with it. Same. I'm so nervous, but others find value in my help. And Scorpio is always evolving too, the way my chart is set up. Yes, I feel pulled in two directions. My moon is in Virgo and South Node. I was born on eclipse full moon. Ooh, that's powerful. So the full being born in the full moon means that you are definitely trying to perfect something. The full moon is ruled by Mercury and also well just Virgo and Gemini energy. The full moon. So you're this lifetime you're trying to perfect relationships. You're trying to perfect communicate how you communicate what it is you have to give to the world. So, yeah. You're supposed to use both energies if you have those types of pools. You're supposed to try to find a way to integrate those opposites because they're useful to you. If they can learn to work together as a team, then you'll really be able to make money off of your art, or it can be something of high value for not just you but for other people, you know. Alrighty. I'm sitting here putting something together and I always think I can do two things at once, but that's never the case. I always stop doing what I'm doing and focus on whatever I'm talking about. I'm trying to oops, that's the wrong way. I'm making this case so that I can put all my sun pillows and stuff under here that I'm selling because they're in boxes now and it's ugly. So I will talk to you guys soon. I don't have anything else amazing to say, but it was amazing talking to you. Peace.